Hi there folks, I'm Alex Verry, the Global PR and Communications Manager for Madcatz, and I've come all the way from the UK to speak to my friends at Games Radar. And folks, today we're showing off our officially licensed Street Fighter 4 Tournament Edition arcade stick. Humbly put, we reckon this is the world's finest video game controller when playing Street Fighter 4 or indeed any other fighting game. We think it's the best fight stick on the market, and we think you Street Fighter 4 players are going to agree with us. Now, for the first time on a commercial product within the USA, we've actually sourced the same Sanwa arcade components that you find inside the Japanese arcade cabinet, and we brought it to a commercial product, put it inside this stick, just for you Street Fighter 4 players. That means the same arcade stick that you find inside the Japanese arcade, the same action buttons you find inside the arcade, we've brought to this model. It's exactly the same. So when you're talking about arcade perfect conversions for Street Fighter 4, now you've got the arcade perfect controller. There's really been nothing like it on the market today. We've worked closely alongside our friends at Capcom USA, Seth Killian, who's been a real help in this stick. And it's also been personally supervised and approved by Yoshinori Ono. He's the legendary Street Fighter 4 producer and has been connected with the series from day one. So you can see it's a true collaboration rather than just taking a product and sticking a logo on it. We've got a few other additions for you folks here. You see that we've moved the start and the back button on the arcade stick to the rear so that you don't accidentally press it during play. We've got this little cable tidy there as well, so when you're finished playing you can store your cable away. Plus we've got what we call the command module. That's at the top left hand side of the stick. So you see here we have a turbo button. Now this allows you to place two-stepped levels of turbo power to any and all of the 8 action buttons you find on the top of the arcade stick. So say I want to assign, I don't know, turbo to light punch. All I have to do is hold down the turbo button and then the light punch, and you can see the corresponding light has lit up so that when I hold down turbo it gives me fast. If I want that to be slightly slower and I want slow turbo, I hold it down again and now it gives me slow. So I have 2 levels of step turbo. I can introduce that to any and all of the action buttons, so I can have slow turbo on light punch, I can have fast turbo on strong punch, and away you go. So you can assign turbo to any and all of those action buttons. Not only that, we've even got a locking switch there so that when I lock the switch up I can't hit the Xbox guide button or the PS3 home button and interrupt play, because we think about such things. And we even have a little switch here that allows you to switch the main arcade stick from D-pad to LS for left stick and RS for right stick, which makes this arcade stick compatible with just about any fighting game or indeed any Xbox Live or PlayStation Network game imaginable. So the stick is going to be available alongside the launch of the game for $149.99. It's going to be released on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. You've never seen anything like it before, and it will be in limited quantities, certainly to start with, folks. So if you want one, you better start pre-ordering. So here we're taking a look at the Madcatz Street Fighter 4 arcade fight stick. Now, unlike the tournament stick, this one is going to be retailing for $69.99 on PS3 or $79.99 on Xbox 360. It carries most of the same features that you find on the tournament edition hardcore stick, although this one does not have the genuine Sanwa components. So it's a slightly more mass market proposition. This is going to be fine for the majority of gamers out there. It's still a really great controller. We've got the same command module in the top left hand side of the stick, so you can assign your turbo mode, you can lock it up. It comes with this cool little character card that sits at the top of the joystick, and you can remove that if you want, but this gives you all of your character moves, so you can access it really neatly. Again, it's got the turbo mode, it's got the start and the back button have been moved to the back. It's a great fighting stick. It might not be perfect for the hardcore, but for most players out there, we think this represents great value for money. This is our officially licensed Street Fighter 4 Fight Pad. It's available on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. The PS3 version is wireless, the Xbox 360 version has a wire, but they're both exactly the same otherwise. They both feature the same turbo mode that you can assign to any of the 6 action buttons, just like the arcade sticks. They both feature the little button that allows you to change from D-pad to left stick to right stick. You see, actually on the main pad you've got no analog sticks. They're all combined with this enlarged 8-way floating D-pad, which makes pulling off your fireballs, your dragon punches much easier than using a standard 360 or your PS3 pad. It really is the very best controller ever made for video game fighting games, and you're going to love it.